Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Thank you for joining us today. If you all would join me in welcoming our first speaker, our board chair, Mr. Dan Schmidt.
Thanks, Ben, and good morning. Good morning, everybody. Appreciate the turnout. Appreciate the coverage. Thank you so much for the media folks for being here. This morning, we'll be presenting a statement on Henrico County's values, better known as our annual budget. Today, we'll highlight some key priorities of our spending plan for the 2025-2026 fiscal year. We'll also highlight some historic tax reductions. Later next month, my fellow supervisors and I will conduct a department-by-department examination of the budget during the board's legislative reviews. Those sessions are open to the public, and I want to underscore this. I invite everyone here this morning to join us. I want to invite folks tuned in, residents, businesses, stakeholders, to join us during those legislative hearings. Before I proceed, I'd like to take a moment and recognize not only the board members, but some key folks who are here with us today. Again, you have all 5 members of the Board of Supervisors. I want to thank Mr. Nelson, Mr. Rogish, Ms. Roundtree, and Mr. Cooper for joining us today. And also we have Ms. Kinsella and Mr. Young with our school board. Thank you all very much for joining us. Our county manager, John Vitoka, is here, and along with our wonderful superintendent, Ms. Catchwell. Thank you, Dr. Catchwell, for being here. Be assured, folks, that this board, these collective boards, these individuals who work for this county are driven by an overwhelming desire to put people first. And in a few minutes, I will ask the county manager to come forward, and what you'll hear from him is he will describe a budget that does that. It's going to put people first, and you'll see it in so many pieces of the budget that's going to be put forward here, mentioned today, and then that we'll examine next week. That value is reflected throughout the budget in so many areas. While putting forward a solid budget is an annual exercise, let me give a shout out to our finance and our budget teams for their tireless work. These folks work year round, enduring the fiscal excellence that has taken years for this county to obtain and maintain. For decades, Henrico County has been Henrico County has benefited from outstanding management and fiscal prudence. Quite frankly, it's something to be remarkably proud of, and I know these 2 collective boards are. This county's steadfast commitment to these practices enables the county to strive to be the most effective local government within tax rates that are among the lowest in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Henrico County provides its residents and its businesses with the lowest real estate tax of Virginia's largest localities. I also want to mention that the county's tax burden, which takes not only the tax rate, but all costs associated with living in Henrico County is also one of the lowest among Virginia's largest localities. With this budget, we plan to lower that rate even further. When this real estate reduction is combined with additional planned cuts to the tax rate for vehicles and for personal property for businesses, we will implement the county's most comprehensive permanent tax relief in the last 30 years. I should emphasize that this tax release will not come at the expense of anything that Henrico currently does. You will see this county only strengthen the investment in our schools, our roads, our utility infrastructure, our libraries, our parks, and all the key services and facilities that offer our residents the quality of life that they demand and so rightfully deserve. We will continue our long-term commitment to prioritizing education of our young people, and we will fully fund the budget request of Henrico County Public Schools and our partners on the school board. This board, these two boards, this county will remain laser focused on the safety of our residents, visitors, businesses through our unwavering support of our first responders and our public safety agencies. In fact, close to 80% of this budget is dedicated to our core responsibilities of education and public safety. As we discussed 2 weeks ago at our work session on the regional water crisis, we will make an initial $50 million investment to enhance the strength and resilience of this county's water infrastructure. Be assured that this county will do all it can to ensure that service disruptions that we experienced in January do not happen again. Our residents and our businesses, quite frankly, they expect this and they deserve nothing less. I'd be remiss if I failed to note that this budget also prioritizes the people with boots on the ground who keep this county running each and every day, the good folks who work for both our schools and our county government. We will continue to invest in our workforce and ensure that Henrico County is a pay leader for local governments within our region. Thank you very much again for your attendance. Next, to share some details of this 2025-2026, I'll call it historic budget. I'll ask our County Manager, John Vithokas, to come forward. Thank you, Mr. Vithokas.
Good morning, all. You know, it is an honor to present or make some comments this morning regarding the budget that will be officially presented to the Board of Supervisors on March the 11th. There was a calendar that was adopted in January at the board's organizational meeting that noted that budget would be presented on the 11th of March. I'm here to tell you that the budget framework is pretty much complete, and we will be getting that budget out as soon as possible, Mr. Chairman, to you and the members of the board, targeting before March 11th. But you know, our chairman just noted, these county leaders are here this morning to give the public confidence in our local economy and your local tax dollars. You know, just a few weeks ago, there were real estate reassessments went out. And Henrico County, I think everyone knows, is not immune to the national housing crisis. So our assessments are going up because of the supply of housing is not what it needs to be. And our Board of Supervisors wanted to come out ahead and provide some stability and let folks know that tax relief is on the way. What's unusual is how early this is being provided, because I noted the date of March 11th. So we're here to provide an overview of this budget, and it is entirely intentional because, as Mr. Schmidt noted, you know, our budget historically has been very conservative, and this is going to help with some of the concerns that we have at other levels of government with some of the changing nature of federalism. But this afternoon, the Board of Supervisors is going to get its first work session on the budget. Again, the line item budget we're intending for March 11th, but I believe Mr. Crawford is targeting March the 4th as soon as the board receives that budget. Obviously, all of the line items in the budget will be available. But let me get to it. So I noted the challenges of inflation and extraordinary pressures on the housing market and elsewhere. You know, Justin Crawford, our budget director, and where's Brandon Hinton? And Brandon Hinton and Sheila Miner, our director of finance, and Carrie Trettina. I mean, there's a lot of work that has gone into what you're about to see. and also making sure that the budget is sound. So, Mr. Schmidt, you noted 1987. Did you say 1987? You said 30. So 1987, what you're about to see, real estate tax reduction and reductions in personal property, you have to go all the way back to 1987 to match up what is in essence the largest tax decrease for our residents and businesses since that time. So specifically, our taxpayers will see the real estate tax rate reduced by 2 cents, from the current 85 cents to a new low of 83 cents. Henrico taxpayers will also see a uniform rate for personal property at $3.35. So what does that mean? This means that the rate on vehicles will be lowered by 5 cents from the current rate of $3.40. And for businesses, business personal property will fall by 15 cents, and from the current rate of $3.35. When you add all of these changes together, I think the chart up there notes that it's $18.3 million in relief. And this includes additional savings for older and disabled residents who qualify for the county's tax relief programs, both REAP and RECAP. Now, to offset a portion of these tax cuts, we're proposing an adjustment to a category of personal property tax that applies to computers and related equipment of data centers. Now, we created this category of taxation a number of years ago and set it at the, and you can quote me, at the microscopic level of 40 cents. We did this to get the attention of the data center industry and to allow Henrico County to compete with Northern Virginia localities that have a significant composition of data centers. And if you've been following the investments that these companies have made in Henrico, you know that the data center industry has matured locally. And the industry is thriving because we do have the highest internet speeds that are available with all the transatlantic cables at White Oak Technology Park. So we will be normalizing that rate to a rate of $2.60, while also retaining our competitive advantage in this area, comparing our tax rate, our proposed tax rate for data centers to Northern Virginia. You will still find that Henrico is at least $1 cheaper to locate here. Now, to be clear, when you look at who is being impacted on real estate, 115,000 homeowners will see their tax rates decrease. 320,000 vehicle owners will see their tax rates decrease. And 20,000 businesses will see their tax rates decreases. Now, this Board of Supervisors is able to take this initial step because of the fact that we have a strong, vibrant local economy and a high-performing workforce and an unwavering commitment to outstanding fiscal stewardship. The stewardship and a laser focus on our community's priorities bring us to another major theme of this budget, and that is the need for continued reinvestment in the core functions of government. This applies to both our capital needs and our day-to-day operations. We are uniquely blessed in Henrico because these are budget priorities every year. With this budget, with Dr. Cashwell here, with the chief here, the police chief, the fire chief, we will allocate 82% of new revenue to the areas of public safety and education, 82 cents out of every dollar. I think that's why you're smiling, Dr. Cashwell. It also implements the second year of our youth mental health initiative, Henrico Cares. On the public safety side, the budget continues to deliver cutting-edge technology for police. It funds 13 new firefighters and supports the newly opened Bungalow City Firehouse 23. It continues to advance our bond projects and other capital needs with projects like the renovation of Johnson Elementary School, a new elementary school in the Fairfield District, a new animal adoption center, a replacement for Firehouse 1, and improvements to the deep bottom boat landing. To promote pedestrian safety, the budget continues our focus on street lighting and increases funding for sidewalks and other projects by more than 50%, from $5 million currently to $7.8 million. The budget also recognizes the vital work that our employees do every day. We know as an organization that there is a direct correlation between expertise, creativity, and dedication of our people and the outstanding services and high quality of life that our community enjoys in our county. And I'm talking about everyone in the county's workforce: our teachers, our social workers, our principals, our firefighters, our police officers, our librarians, our park maintenance workers and crews for public works and public utilities. Without a doubt, when you're clearing a road in an ice storm or working to keep water flowing to your customers, the people who are on your team matter. And several years ago, this Board of Supervisors, members of this board, this administration made a commitment to our workers that Henrico County employees would be the highest paid, that we would be the government pay leader. And this budget continues that theme with a 6% raise for all county and school employees effective July the 1st. And I know for all the employees that are watching online, I can hear you clapping. It also includes market adjustments for critical and other hard-to-fill positions, and Dr. Cashwell will speak to the how important that is for our school system. Now, turning to another major theme of the budget, and our chairman alluded to it. You may recall just a few weeks ago, we were in this library under very different circumstances at the end of a pretty challenging week. It was a Saturday. A snowstorm and prolonged loss of power at Richmond's water treatment facility left much of our community without water for nearly a week. When we met here on January the 11th, we had just lifted our Bull Water Advisory, and were able to reflect on what we had done as an organization and what we needed to do to ensure that our residents would never have to go through something like that again. To that end, the budget proposal includes $50 million in the capital budget to make Henrico's water system stronger and more resilient. As you know, or many of you in the media know, we are initiating discussions both with the City of Richmond, both with them and other partners in the region about what our next steps should be. To be clear, the funding that is included in the capital budget represents only a down payment or a deposit on this effort. We recognize that more investment will be required of whatever solution is chosen. The initial allocation shows the seriousness and commitment to addressing the challenges that we have at hand. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to turn the podium over to the best superintendent in the Commonwealth of Virginia, Dr. Amy Cashwell.
Good morning. It is so exciting to be here with you, Manager Vitulkis, and all of our guests to give you an overview of our recommended school budget. Each of these budgets really reflects our commitment to our students, our incredible Henrico employees, and of course, to our community. The school budget proposal is a testament to the power of collaboration. And I want to take a moment to express my sincere gratitude to members of our school board and our Board of Supervisors, of course, our HCPS budget and finance team, our incredible county manager, and the county finance department. Their collective partnership and unwavering dedication have allowed us to put forth a budget recommendation that will have a lasting impact on the future of Henrico County Public Schools. I am proud to recommend a spending plan that prioritizes the academic and social emotional needs of our students while valuing the phenomenal work of our teachers, our administrators, and our staff. Our HCPS employees are the heart of our school division, and they deserve to be supported not only in their daily work, but also in their financial well-being. And that is why this budget includes a recommended 6% across-the-board salary increase for all returning full-time HCPS employees, ensuring that we continue to attract and retain the very best educators and support staff in Central Virginia. Furthermore, we're recommending historic investments in key support positions that are essential to the success of our schools. More than 1,000 employees, including instructional assistants, custodial workers, maintenance assistants, will receive an additional market adjustment, bringing their total salary increases to anywhere from 13.8% to 19%. This is a significant step in ensuring fair and competitive wages for those who keep our schools running smoothly each and every day. Beyond compensation, this budget invests in the resources and the programs and the personnel that will directly benefit our students in the classroom and on our school campuses. Some of the most important highlights, but certainly not all of them, include an expansion in school security, with 53 school safety officers to support our student and our staff safety measures, particularly at our open campus middle and high schools. The second-year implementation of the Henrico Cares Initiative, with the addition of 5 counselors to further support student well-being in our schools. The expansion of our Opportunity Schools initiative to now include Ratcliffe Elementary School and Brooklyn Middle School. Resources to support planning time for our elementary school teachers to ensure that they have the necessary time to collaborate and prepare for instruction. More support for our multi-language learners, including additional English as a second language instructional positions. A significant expansion of programming at the campus of Virginia Randolph, and funding for the development of a new cybersecurity specialty center set to open in the 26-27 school year at Henrico High School. And of course, the continued expansion of the very successful HCPS Career Ladder Program, increasing eligibility for staff to take part in meaningful, personalized professional development. Additionally, this budget ensures the continuation of essential programs and services that had previously been funded through pandemic recovery grants. In every decision that we make, our focus remains steadfast on our staff and our students. This budget represents not just numbers on a page, but tangible resources for a stronger future for students and for Henrico County Public Schools. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Cashwell. Members of the media, the speakers will be available for one-on-one interviews after this, and the members of the board as well. Thank you all for coming. Have a great day.